All-Star Tyler Glasnow, Chris Sale, the All-Star Shota Imanaga.
The fact that I can be on this show, that's also a great honor too.
3 shows, Monday and then again on Tuesday in Philadelphia at All-Star Iron Hill Brewery. We will be there. We hope that you will join us to watch us live, or Kirkchin or the Philly show. That whole deal is happening. And Todd Father, good to see you. Happy Todd Father Frazier Friday. But, you know, we also made that little hype video so that Kratz can walk out of the hotel room on Monday morning. He looks at that, then he walks into the car to his driver, the whole deal. That's like his dig me tape.
Of course. He needs that dig me. He's every time music's on, he's flexing or dancing. So he's his role's been switched. He's Mr. Swag.
I'm ready. I'm drippy, swaggy, whatever it is. Probably not the drippy. No. Okay.
Yeah, no, you are.
You're drippy for sure.
Oh, okay.
He's going to be drippy in the way that we know it. Us old, old hags. The word is what, 90 degrees or something like that there. So if we have some outside action, you might get a little drippy, but
I'm definitely going to be sweating.
He'll have his
like
fan
Johan
guy come
Rojas.
over to you.
Yeah,
like Johan Rojas.
They're on
That's
today,
good.
too. We're going to be sweating in here a little bit.
Oh, and here I'm
Yeah.
fine. I'm just
right.
Monday, come out and see us. Come out and throw me a towel. Throw me a Gatorade. It's going to be like the home run derby. I'm going to need some hydration. I'm going to need somebody to towel me off. I'm going to be like, Max Kepler, look at me sweating just like you on the drug test.
It's my favorite
Here
line.
we go.
On the topic of the derby, let's charge.
Charging the mound.
We know Bryce Harper is going to be in the home run derby. The names that kept popping up were, is Harper going to be in the derby? Is Kyle Schwarber going to be in the derby? We also know, by the way, that Dino Ebel from the Dodgers is going to throw to Harper. But the real drama, conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it, that just popped up is, wait, I thought Kyle Schwarber wasn't participating. Don Mattingly, his manager, was asked about Harper, and then he gave away a potential surprise.
You excited to see Bryce swing it in the Derby?
Yeah, I am actually. I'm glad he's doing it, especially in Philly. Him and Kyle both, right?
Not sure yet.
Not sure on Kyle yet. Okay. I thought Kyle was going to do it. Maybe he's waiting to make sure everything's good. Yeah. So I'm glad he's doing it, especially in Philly.
Wow.
This is why we can't tell. This is why we can't tell Don anything. It's like, everybody's got that person in their family. Like, yeah, I was just thinking about doing this, and all of a sudden your cousin's calling you and going, "You're doing the home run derby? You didn't even tell me.
You're doing this?
You're doing that?" And Don's like, "Oh, yeah, whatever." He's just trying
Yeah,
to
that's him. Whatever.
see if his back's feeling good or not. Do you feel good as a Phillies fan? Do you feel good as a Phillies fan if Schwarber's like, I'm waiting to see how my back feels?
I think he's going to do it either way.
I think he's going to do it. I mean,
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, listen. Oh, I got to come down a little bit. At the end of the day, for me, like, I wanted to do it every year. I did it for 3 years. I thought it was fantastic. But at your home field, there's an adrenaline. Maybe, there's an opportunity for him and Harper to go toe-to-toe at the end. I think that'd be really cool. So, yeah, definitely. If there was an opportunity for him to do it, I think he's going to be in, as Don just said. But, yeah, that'll be fun for Philadelphia fans for sure.
We didn't think Schwarber was going to be in it. It almost felt like it was just an auto no based on, I think it was his words, right? That he's dealing with a little bit of a back thing and maybe carrying the team on his back a little bit with all the dingers he's got this year. But that sounds like a special surprise that might have been like a little bit tainted where you didn't know and then he pops up. It's not like you can completely just have him rise out if you're like, hey, we're having a mystery home run derby participant. Although that would be cool if a guy just pops up and he keeps it a secret. But it's too hard to keep that a secret for too long. Like, you can't wait until the derby starts. You would see some dude just, taking BP tanks or something like that and say, wait, hold up. Why is this guy participating with everyone else in BP? Let's show the field. Can we show who we have on here? And let's assume that Schwarber's going to be in, so we only have one spot left. Here we go, guys. So Jack Hagg, Junior Caminero, who was the first to say I'm in, Wilson Contreras, Bryce Harper, Ben Rice. We're putting Schwarber on this list, and Jordan Walker. We've been beating the drum all week for Hunter Goodman, but apparently a 50-homer catcher just doesn't cut it these days. Any other guesses or ideas of what could pop up next year? And also just evaluating the field, too.
I mean, for me, I would love to see, well, two guys I would love to see, but there's only one. I would love to see Murakami get in there. He's back. I think that would be fantastic. Listen, I know people might not like this, but I would love to see Pete Alonso get in there too, just because how powerful he is and the balls he would hit in Philadelphia. But I think my first choice, there's a lot of lefties. I think put another lefty in there. He's healthy now again. Murakami would be absolutely fantastic just because he's an unknown. He's we know of his capabilities. We know he can hit homers, but how is he going to do in the home run derby? It's not timed either, so he could take his time. That would be my pick to click, truthfully, if he was in there. I think that would be a guy I would put on top of the list, knowing that he's in the controlled. He doesn't have to rush, So those type of guys that take their time and do things methodically would have a really good opportunity.
Well, I mean, the Phillies just now, they must have been listening.
What happened?
They just posted it.
Literally just posted it.
FT makes stuff happen.
Oh, baby.
Schwarber is confirmed in. We got the graphic and everything, so we can't back out now. I don't care how it's back.
So get the three
But
dots.
we still have one more spot. And I love all the ones that you said, and I know you did. Did you do one derby as not an all-star?
I did one, the last one. Yeah.
One is not an all-star because you loved it so much and you wanted. I think you should have been in there.
I was one of the top home run hitters too that year. So, but just average was terrible.
if it's not right, so you weren't an all-star, but you wanted to do the derby because the derby's fun.
Why not?
To me,
and they cared about average back then. By the way, sorry I had to put that in there, but they don't care about that anymore. You can hit
way back
a buck,
in the 10s,
2016,
way back in the 2010s. No, I mean the guy for me. I don't know if they've asked him. James Wood.
Oh, yeah, he did it last year.
James Wood, and especially because I heard Harper talking about wanting to do it last year in Atlanta, like that inter division rivalry, like you kind of want to do. I hope James Wood's like, yeah, I want to go into Philly, take it from two Phillies, take it like in front of that crowd, like that's like that division rivalry that I sit there and I go, I'd want to see it. I would be there for it. That, and I've heard his BPs are majestic.
Yeah, he's so dope. I got up close and personal to him last year in the home run derby.
No.
Oh, my God.
He's too big.
He should be playing basketball, dude.
He's like, when you get closer to him, I'm not saying he's that girth, but he's what I remember Adam Dunn being, where he stands in the cage and you're like.
But Dunner's got more girth.
Oh, massive. But it just looked like the cage isn't big enough for him.
Yeah. You gravitate to his presence. That's what I would say.
Seriously.
You're walking on, you're like, just start going like, what is that person?
Do you play in the NBA? What is going on?
Yeah, it's
so I want to see him. If it's not Hunter Goodman, I know we've been beating the Hunter Goodman drum, but and maybe because of the Schwarber thing, maybe that ask was out there and we just didn't get the. We just did, they don't want to. Maybe there's another ask out there that hasn't confirmed yet. I don't know.
Yeah. I think those three there would be phenomenal.
I know why. If you're a catcher that hits tanks, it doesn't count the same. And also, if you're a Rockies player that hits tanks, it doesn't count the same because you hit all your homers at home. Oh, wait, he has like double the homers on the road. And also, like catchers can't win a derby, right? Catchers never can win a derby.
They can't. Oh, wait.
They can't, right? Oh, wait. What happened last year?
2025, the year of Cal.
Got it. Okay. Just checking, just making sure.
I think here, for me to button this up, with Harper and Schwarber involved, I think that's going to take away from a lot of things, and there's going to be some underlying guys here that might take off and be like, you know what, go ahead. You think they're going to win like a Junior Caminero, about runner-up last year? This guy can absolutely mash. It's a smaller field. All you got to do is hit a pop fly and these balls will go. Excuse me, I'm on the wrong thing here. But it is an absolute stunning event, and I think for him, line drives that he's going to hit are going to go over. You know what I mean? Those top spinners. So He has that type of swing where he can do a bunch of things, and he would be up on the list there too.
I want to see people go because there's that upper deck is very hittable in left.
Some people have
And
done
it's
in the
also-
game. Sal Stewart did it in the game this year.
In left?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that upper deck is very reachable.
Or over the upper deck.
And then I want to see in right field too because there's a third deck there. I love targets. Like I love to see, like, oh my gosh, that hit the third deck. Like that's the kind of stuff I want to see.
Agreed.
It's
And
a
now with the new rules, Scott, you can watch it all too, so you can see where it lands. So
I love it.
Yeah.
How is that going to change things? Like looking at these players, are there some that are going to be able to handle that more? I know it's hard to say. It's not like we have experience watching these guys deal with this. Nobody has done a derby the way this format is set up for us coming up. Nobody in this field. But Todd Frazier, like, can you weigh anything based on the way this is going to change, where it's not a speed test anymore? There's no, I mean, it's not, obviously it's a power test, but there's no speed component really involved anymore. Does that help the older guys, or, you know, like where they don't have to just be rushing swings left and right, and the more swings that you get off, the better? Like, does that help the senior members here like Harper and Schwarber?
The thing I really thought about this the other day because I couldn't sleep. It was like 2 a.m. I'm like trying to wake my wife up. She's like, leave me alone. I'm like, all right, whatever. And my mind just went to the home run derby. This could be one of the quicker home run derbies we see. I said it in the beginning that it was going to be longer. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. I would want to hit first this time, every single time. I just want to put the pressure on. For one, you get 20 swings. Say you hit 10 home runs. Now you're at your 10th at bat with 10th swing with 2 home runs. Well, this guy's got to hit 8 out of the next 10 out. Like, it puts the pressure on the next guy. So I would want to be one of the first ones swinging. And then eventually you can tell some guys might not be able to get to that 20th or 15th swing because they're automatically out of it. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a lot quicker.
So you think it's okay? I just think there's going to be so many takes. I don't know. I mean, once Sammy Sosa style where it was like, one and then like it got long, but I'm gonna love it because I want to see where the ball actually ends up.
I want to see how the ratings are this year too, just on different schedule, just because it's on a different platform and everything else. You know, I'm not knocking anybody. I just want to see.
He's laughing about something else, just for context.
No, I know. Yeah. Kratz is making me laugh over here, writing some funny comments about me. But, yeah, I just want to see exactly how this all transpires. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's just funny.
This is how we're going to put a bow on this segment, okay? Because I know how this goes. This will get posted on YouTube as its own video, okay? It'll be a 10-minute video. And most of the comments will have nothing to do with the home run derby. That's all I'm going to say.
They're going to, of course.
We'll see how creative people get. Let's step aside, shall we? Let's talk business. Ken Rosenthal is going to set us straight next.
Oh, God.
Look, it's summertime. It's cool in the morning, hot during the day, cool again at night. Rarely am I sitting there going, oh, I'm just going to do one thing at a time. I'm bouncing from work. I'm bouncing in the yard. I'm running to a game. Fabletics has got me with price, comfort, and versatility with all the gear that I'm getting from them.
Yeah, we're talking about premium activewear you'd expect from higher end brands, but without the price tag. Lightweight, breathable, comfortable, built to actually last. And if you're going to Fabletics, you should be joining as a VIP, which completely changes the game. You can shop now at fabletics.com/foul to get 70 to 80% off everything when you sign up as a new VIP. Take a quick style quiz and be sure to select foul when prompted to unlock this offer. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Again, that's fabletics.com/FOUL for 70 to 80% off everything as a new VIP.
Hey, this was awesome. Eduardo Valencia, home run, first AB. That doesn't happen often.
In my mind, I thought I was going to hit a home run my first AB. It ended up being a pop up to Casey McGahee at third.
McGee. It was McGee.
McGee.
The Brewers
McGee.
dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
McGee.
Freaking, that is so awesome. And it wasn't like this dude's not like 20 years old. He's been in the bushes for a little bit. Down in Toledo. I hope the boys in Toledo were watching. That is that is unbelievable.
And when he hit it too, like we know how big that field is. I'm like,
ooh, center.
I'm like, it's got a chance, and it did. It just snuck over, but it doesn't matter how far it goes over. That what a great moment. I hope he celebrated yesterday, and they got the victory too. So
and he's in the lineup.
Hey, get the scorecard. Make sure I'm sure they got the ball because it didn't really go into the stands. The bat, the gloves, the cleats.
Do you have your ball?
It all. Oh yeah, I got it all.
I hit mine into the bushes against Tom Gorzolani in Philly. Pinch hit homer. They said they got me the ball, but if you ever look in the bushes, like after BP, there's like so many baseballs out there. The dude like walked out there, picked the ball up.
You know what he did? He looked in. He's like, man, there's about 15 balls right here.
He's like, it's definitely
I am
going
to go like this. We found your ball.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, man, that's funny.
It's forever my ball.
I got lucky, too. I hit mine off of Barry Zito last year. The year before, he was a Cy Young Award winner.
Curving
hanging
ball.
Breaking ball.
Mm-hmm.
We went one row into Cincinnati ballpark, not small park. And the guy was gracious, wanted to sign ball. Bang, boom, got it. Really cool moment that you and I will never forget.
It's the Inside Scoop with FT Senior Insider Ken Rosenthal. Ken, we'll start with the Yankees because one of the best players of our generation, Aaron Judge, has been out for a while, and things still sound a little bit weird and unknown with the Yanks. So what do we know here? And I want to tie everything always to the trade deadline at this point. Like, does this change the plans for the Yankees depending on how this all goes?
Well, all we know right now is that he is getting, as this tweet shows from Gary Phillips, re-imaging at the All-Star break. And General Manager Brian Cashman said yesterday that he doesn't expect the imaging to be clean. What they're hoping for is improvement so that Judge can start to do some things physically, because with this injury, he is really limited. Now, the expectation is still that Judge will be back this season. If something that they learned from this imaging changes that, then yes, of course, the deadline would be maybe a different animal than it would be otherwise. But if it appears off this imaging that he'll be back, I don't know, sometime in August, I would think it doesn't have much of an effect, and they'll try to do what they want to do, which is shore up their bullpen, find another catcher, and do some other things as well.
How does it change their outlook in the sense of, are they not pleased, or do they look a little bit short in the outfield if this imaging shows no improvement like they're hoping for?
Obviously, Erik, if you don't have Aaron Judge, you're short. And they know that. We all know that. And that, I guess, would be the fear here, that something that they learn from the imaging is amiss or not progressing the way they want it. And then, yes, you have to decide, okay, do we go get an outfielder now? And I imagine that's not what they want to do. They have other things that they need to address right now, maybe even a starting pitcher, along with what I mentioned, the bullpen and the right-handed hitting catcher. But we have to wait and see just what this says and what they say about the imaging that he's going to have.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the most frustrating part of the whole thing, the what ifs or did we miss or anything else. We got the All-Star game coming up, all that. But again, with the Yankees, say Judge has another setback. What do you think is the most important? I know you talked about it catching, but for me, I think they got to get some more pieces in that bullpen coming up in the trade deadline, no?
Yes, Todd, that's what I've thought. I think most people have thought that all along, that from the start of the season, it was believed, suspected that the bullpen would be the biggest weakness. Now, Austin Wells did a home run last night, but they still want to fortify the catching. They've been upfront about that. Brian Cashman said that, I believe, a couple of days ago. So those two things for me and for the Yankees would be the priority still. But again, if this imaging shows something that is not as positive as maybe they hope, then perhaps that changes.
All right, now let's go to the Central with the division-leading White Sox, which when Murakami, their Central MVP from their team, got hurt, I said they have to stay afloat. Well, I think they've done more than stay afloat. What does his return mean, not just for this team? Obviously, you're getting a 20 home run guy the way he was on pace to possibly hit 50, but also for this team's trade deadline expectations.
I don't know that it changes the deadline, but Erik, it's a meaningful thing. There's no question about it, as you just mentioned. And I saw some of their players quoted this morning as saying, not that their vibe is bad right now, it's not. They've lost 4 in a row, though, and certainly the return of Murakami is going to elevate them, not only on the field, but in the clubhouse. He is a guy that they've kind of rallied around. So that is going to be big for them. Offense has not been the problem with the White Sox. The pitching is the question, specifically their starting pitching. And that is what I would like to see them upgrade. Yes, like every other contender, they're going to want bullpen help as well, maybe even a real closer, Sir Anthony Dominguez. I don't see that way, even though they signed him for that role. So a starting pitcher, a bullpen arm, and then they're an interesting club. They're an interesting club right now. I shouldn't say it that way. They're definitely interesting, but they get more interesting if they add.
Is there a payroll issue? Obviously, you can't know that without talking to Chris Getz or the owner, but a team that did not much spending, but they did spend on Murakami. Is there a payroll maybe move that we would be surprised with the White Sox, or is it going to be stay in your lane White Sox?
I'd be surprised if payroll was an issue for them, simply because they're playing well. They want to win. Their owner, Jerry Reinsdorf, is up there in age, and I'm sure he wants to push, if he can push, at a reasonable level. The bigger problem or bigger restriction for them might be just their willingness to trade prospects, because like the Cardinals and like the Nationals, and to a certain extent the Marlins, they're still in the process of building a sustainable contender. That's what the goal is. Not just to contend this year, but long term. And I know fans get tired of hearing that a little bit when there's an opportunity to win, and that opportunity to win should never be taken for granted. But the White Sox have worked hard to get to this point, like those other clubs I mentioned, and they're not going to simply abandon that. All that said, they've got the number 1 pick in the draft tomorrow. They have not a glut of infielders in the minors and majors, but they have a seeming possible surplus. Given that, they do have the ability, because of the depth that they've built up, to maybe do some things at the deadline. And I expect that they will within reason. And that means not just in a financial sense, but in a prospect sense as well.
So what does it mean for Sandy Alcantara? Man, we've had tons of conversations about this guy. Should he move? Should he not move? I mean, there was opportunities all the time for him in the last couple of years to be on different teams, and they've kept him. I give him credit, but is that another thing for them? If we're going to do all this, we might as well keep Sandy as well. I know you talked about this in your column.
I did, Todd. I just wrote about this morning. They're going to keep him. Now, obviously, if they collapse in the next 3 weeks, all bets are off. But you see the headline there: Marlins likely to keep Alcantara and strategically add. They want to do both things, and they're not going to go crazy either. And their system is not necessarily where they would want it to be in terms of having to trade prospects. But they can also trade off their major league club, and I think we're going to see a lot of trades like this where you see major leaguers exchange for major leaguers. Those prospect trades, teams are more reluctant than ever to make. So the Marlins are 10 games over 500. They have a 3-game lead for the third National League wild card, a 3-game cushion in the wild card race, and they're tied with the Phillies just a few games behind the Braves in the National League East. You see the standings right there, just 3 games back. So they're in a great spot, and let's say they go 500 until the deadline. Well, they'd still be 10 over and still be in a great spot. So they are trending upward. They are the best team in baseball since June 1st. They started the season 26-34, and they're 26-8 since. That's pretty good. They also got Jansen Junk back last night into their rotation. They could use another starter. They could use bullpen help, of course. I don't know how extensive their buying will be, but they are in a position now where they can at least entertain the idea and say, okay, this is realistic. We could be a playoff team.
I love big leaguer for big leaguer trades. And when you said that, Do you have any inclination of where they have, like you said about the other teams we were talking about, a glut of positions where the Marlins just can't get quite enough at bats for these players that other teams would be like, I would take that type of player?
Well, as I wrote, I wouldn't call it a glut, but I expect them to draw interest in Liam Hicks, who has had a tremendous season. They've got Joe Mack, who is their fabulous rookie. He is going to be their number one catcher. They've been playing Hicks at first base and DH as well. But you can go with the backup Navarreto. You can bring Agustin Ramirez back to the big leagues. You can also trade for another more established backup catcher if you want. So that is one way they can go. I don't know that I would call it a surplus there. And listen, Liam Hicks is having a great year. I wouldn't imagine the Marlins want to trade him, but to get the help that they need, and what they want is a third baseman, possibly a back end starter, possibly relief help. They might have to do some things along those lines while protecting the top of their system.
Go to a team I feel like I haven't talked about a lot, the Baltimore Orioles. Couple years ago, I was big on getting rid of the guys. Then they picked up some guys this year, which was fantastic. Tough time for the AL East. They're not going to – it looks like they're going to have a tough time to win that. They're 4 games out in the wild card. What do these guys do? I mean, what do you think the next steps for them? I mean, are they going to fight to try and get back into this or kind of let down a little bit?
Todd, 3.5 weeks to go till the deadline. So they're not going to concede just yet. The trend that they are facing is that they are trending toward being a seller. And then for them, that would mean their players on expiring contracts. Trevor Rogers would be one, Taylor Ward would be another. And they would probably have to entertain at some point Adley Rutschman, their catcher as well, who has a year beyond this one. And they have not signed to an extension. So they are like a lot of American League clubs in a position where one good week could really change their outlook. But we've been waiting for that good week all season long. And you see where they are there in the wild card standings. It's not a great place to be. Yeah, they're 4 out. They've also got 5 teams ahead of them just to get to the 3rd spot. So again, if they ever turn it on, and they have time still to do that, then you maybe look at them differently. But right now, they are trending for sure toward becoming a seller.
All right. Have the Red Sox screwed themselves in the next step of their development as a team because of this last stretch? I think 15-6 or 14-6, and they've won so many straight sweeping the Yankees. Have they screwed themselves and just gonna kind of screw the whole trade market with these wins?
Erik, I don't know that I would ever refer to a surge as a team screwing itself, but I know where you're going with it, and you raise a good point because there are teams every year. Texas, each of the last 2 years, kind of was okay right before the deadline. Team bought, and they sputtered. The Red Sox are, as you said, surging here, and that would, if it continues, seemingly inhibit them from trading Wilson Contreras and Sonny Gray and anyone else they might want to. And in that sense, Aroldis Chapman would be another one, maybe Contreras not so much. But in that sense, yeah, if they don't make the playoffs at that point and you've kept these guys and didn't get value for them, in a sense, you have set yourself back. But keep in mind the big picture here. They fired manager Alex Cora with the idea of playing better. They finally are playing better. Their president of baseball operations, or chief baseball officer, they call it, Craig Breslow, he's been under the gun all season long. And I am sure he wants this team to play as he envisioned after he fired Cora. So they're a fascinating team to watch in these weeks ahead, as are some of the others we've talked about, the Orioles as well. I don't know where they're going. We don't know. We're going to have to find out and see how they play. But yes, they are playing a lot better. Detroit is playing a lot better. These teams are going to face decisions.
All right, everybody's playing a lot better. Jim Duquette was on the show yesterday. He said, yeah, well, they just won 2 games in a row, and they're back in it, talking about another team. Is this a case where too many playoff spots have kind of killed what I think is exciting for baseball, the trade deadline?
No question, it's had a huge effect, Erik. And I don't know that it's killed the deadline because we've had active deadlines the last few years for sure. But at this stage, right now, as we sit here on July 10th, it's muddled. It's crazy muddled. I would expect some definition by the deadline August 3rd, but I don't know that that is necessarily going to take place. It's kind of a weird year. The American League is mediocre. The National League isn't all that great, except for a few teams either. So I wouldn't say the expanded postseason has killed the deadline, but it certainly has had almost a muting effect, and it's changed the way teams approach it. In some ways, it's good because more teams are in it and more teams can look at themselves that way and not sell. But in some ways, as you kind of allude to here, it's bad because, yes, you have this incredible mass of teams that are seemingly undecided, at least right now, and might still be undecided by August 3rd.
I want to talk a little bit home run derby, right up my alley. I know it's one of those events where people love. They love watching balls go out of the park. I don't know if have you seen the field yet of 7 guys so far? Have you taken a peek at all?
I've taken a peek, yeah, and certainly Harper's the guy to watch. And if Schwarber's in it, that you guys were talking about, that's going to be the focus. Those 2 guys in their home park. Schwarber, of course, one of the great home run hitters of our time. So there are some interesting names there. I wouldn't rule out Junior Cabanero either, but at the same time, the Philly guys are going to be incredibly supported by their home crowd, and it's just going to be fun to see them do their thing.
Who else? There's one missing. Is there a guy in your mind that you would love to see? I mean, we brought up Murakami, Pete Alonso. We've been on the Hunter Goodman train for a while. Is there anybody besides those 3, or would you like to see one of those guys?
Well, they haven't named Schwarber, right? Or is he officially in now?
They just did.
They just did. Okay. Hunter Goodman. And you guys had him on, and I know you asked him, and he said, I haven't heard a thing. That dude, he's hit 27 homers, I believe 18 on the road. I'm not sure the exact stats. Hey, that guy should be there, and he's already an all-star. And you know what? The Rockies get so little attention, deservedly so in many cases. Here's a guy that finally is someone you can showcase on the national stage. They probably want a bigger name. I get it. And maybe that bigger name is coming. Great. But Hunter Goodman, to me, would be the guy. I know Alonso has spoken of how he really kind of foiled his own all-star chances this year with his poor April, and he basically said he wasn't deserving. He's always great in the home run derby, 2-time champion. But Goodman, to me, is deserving, and it would be cool to see him amongst those others.
If you had to ask whoever's making these decisions about why they've asked Wilson Contreras before he was named an all-star, Jack Caglione before that, with what Hunter Goodman's doing, and really the game wants to be built, just like you said, around all 30 teams, what would be the question you would ask Manfred or somebody in the front office who makes these requests to guys that Hunter Goodman wasn't asked until, or hasn't been asked before, guys who aren't even all-stars?
Erik, in a situation like this, simple question. Why is Hunter Goodman not part of the field? Then they can answer it. It's open-ended, and they can answer it however they want, and then we would have some idea. They have their reasons, of course, and I'm sure they're trying to put together the best field they can, and maybe they feel for whatever reason that they can get a bigger name. But I don't know, Jordan Walker's in this, and Jordan Walker is a breakout guy like Hunter Goodman. He's more famous in the sense that he was a big prospect, but I don't see much difference, honestly, between the two.
Yeah, Ken, I think, some fans are like, you're on the money here, and others are like, you're making too big a deal out of this. But I do have a hard time when we have another catcher who's on pace for 50 plus home runs. He's been top 3, if not top 5, whatever home runs for most of the season. And he's an all-star. And then we skip him. Like, I just can't really come up with a way that this makes sense. So it's kind of, and then we bring him on and he's pissed about it. And sorry, one more point here. Jack Caglione, like they said, Royals stink. He's early in his career. He's not an all-star. Like, I just can't understand the math here where they're denying someone an opportunity that deserves to be there.
I agree, Scott. Now, I understand why fans would say, why are you making a big deal out of this? It's the home run derby. It's not anything more meaningful than that, just as the All-Star game is just the All-Star game. But you pick the players, you want to see the best players. It's as simple as that, and that is all we're talking about here. I always enjoy these kinds of controversies regarding the Derby and the All-Star game because they're essentially harmless. No one really gets hurt with a snub in the All-Star game. 1/10 of the players make it. it's not a big deal. Same with the home run derby. No one's going to have their career altered by not being in it. That said, you want to see new players, you want to see exciting players, and I believe Mr. Goodman qualifies.
Oh, career altered. Todd Father, how often does your introduction start with
Well,
home run derby champ?
It gets talked about a lot for sure. Don't touch
okay,
it.
I take it back.
Ken, I don't think you're. I don't think Ken's a fan of the home run derby. I'm mad. Are you a fan of the home run derby?
It's okay. I'm not.
I could hear it in your voice. I could hear it in his voice. I could see it. I knew it. I could tell.
Todd's smart. When the Todd father won it in Cincy, that was cool. There's no question. And a couple of Alonsos, very memorable. Going way back, Josh Hamilton. Yes, it's been. But at the same time, it's the home run derby. It's not Game 7 here, you know.
Yeah, I know it. I could read. I could feel it. I feel it in your chin, in your area.
Ken's one of those guys, Todd. So don't worry about it. We'll make sure he comes on Thursdays now instead of Fridays.
That was actually a great read, and it makes sense.
I'm telling
Ken's there for the adrenaline rush of the games. You know, it is still an exhibition, right? It's not hurting anyone's season or any of that. I mean, unless you're into he's taking too many swings. But I'm with you, Ken. That makes sense. Good talk.
Todd,
we will see you next week in Philly.
And you're a smart dude. You're a perceptive man.
He's got a good read. He's a feels guy. Yeah. Thanks, Ken. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, next week, Fair Territory running. So make sure you catch Ken on Monday. Recap the weekend, but really get ready for festivities out there. Ken will do that for you on Monday, and we'll see Ken out in Philadelphia. And then there'll be, your regular programming later in the week where Ken will dive in on Fair Territory Q&A, the whole deal leading up to what then becomes the focus, which is the trade deadline.
Hey, for the families out there looking for a different path to help your child succeed at home, look into K-12 powered schools. K-12 offers tuition-free accredited online public education for students in K through 12, all in a setting that works for your family. Todd Father, you've done the homeschooling thing in the past. I know you liked it.
Yeah, I did. I liked it a lot. All my kids have done it before. It's an opportunity for them to stay at home and enjoy school just as much. They learn a lot. And this is an opportunity for families that are on the go too as well. They have to understand, listen, can't be at a regular school at all times. I need my child to be doing this, whether it's an athletic career, whatever stature they are at. And we loved every second of it. And I think it is an easy opportunity for some children.
See how K-12 powered schools can help unlock your child's full potential. Enroll today at k12.com/foul. That's the letter K, the number 12.com/FOUL. k12.com/foul.
2 minutes before the TV crowd returns, the Brewers have won 4 of 5 they did win 4 of 5 in that series against the Cardinals. This is the Adam McCalvy tweet, just going over how good and consistent they've been. Kratz, your old ball club, just showing up year after year. And I just feel like we know they're going to keep rolling along, and everyone's wondering if this is the year where they pull the trigger and they're able to acquire 1 or 2 impact players. Can they be like Seattle last year, where they never do it, right? They never go for it fully, and then all of a sudden you pick up someone like Naylor and it changes the whole equation, and all of a sudden you're in a Game 7, 1 win away from getting to the World Series.
I think they have to stay in their lane in the sense of what type of guy they're going to come get. What type of, if you get, let's say it's like a Eugenio Suarez. I'm not saying it's going to be, but you're talking about the Mariners. He doesn't fit that mold of, man, how are these guys doing this? They're grinding at bats out. Eugenio Suarez could put you into the World Series with 1 swing, but you're going to have your slumps, your malaise during the season. So how do they find at the trade deadline that athletic, versatile player that fits into the pieces that they already have? Up the middle, they're solid. They're adding to the outfield. Luis Lara's up there now. So it's like young guys. Do they find that veteran starter that's maybe not Tarek Skubal, but is big time? And I hope they make the move, but I thought they should have early in the season.
corner time. The Marlins are sizzling, and I like to do trade complexion when we do this stuff for these next few weeks. So I want to start here. The team's rolling. They're definitely in playoff contention. They have a shot at the division if they keep this up. They've won 26 of their first 60 games is what they did. And then 26 of their next 34 they won. So just to show like they were pretty mid to start the year, a little bit below 500. And then they're just on an epic heater after a roaring June. They're carrying that into the July schedule, and they don't want the All-Star break to pop up. But did you guys see the news here? And we talked to Ken Rosenthal about it, where he's like, yeah, they probably aren't going to trade Sandy Alcantara. Is that the right move at this step of the process for them, Todd Father, a team that always trades away their best players?
I really don't know, man. This is so hard. I'm so happy that they're doing well. I love that the Marlins are battling. They're 3 games up in the wild card. I hope they keep this up. I do. It's going to be hard to finish the season at the rate they're going. They're beating good teams. What is it, 26 of their last 34? Or,
yeah.
Excuse me.
No, you got it. 26 of 34. But then I'd be pissed, Todd Father, at what you said. If I'm a Marlins fan, just because I lived there for a while, can I just butt back? If I'm watching right now and you're like, I don't know. I'm like, no. I want you to say, keep Sandy for once. Keep that guy, because we go through, I'll represent I used to watch every Marlins game when I was in college and I lived down there.
You are. You're
we go through the crap every year. When we have a good year, can you please just keep the guy? You know, so, you're going to get that much more for him that I lose a playoff opportunity here. You don't think you're going to win the World Series? Okay. But I want to be in the playoffs. I want to watch playoff baseball. I'm a Marlins fan.
And I agree. I want to see them make the playoffs too. So that's why they have to go and get some people during this trade deadline as it comes up. They have an opportunity just like everybody else. I want the Marlins in, Kratzy. I want them in. Yeah, are they going to figure it out to get them in? Because they're on a heater right now, my guy.
You're a Northeast guy. I can tell. I can tell by the way you're talking.
Yeah. All right.
I love the fact that they're keeping him. I love the fact that this isn't like, could you imagine we could have a sustainable future? Peter Bendix, sustainable future, 5 years, keep my job. To me, this is the time when you're a new GM. I wonder what it's like to push to get it, like strategically making moves. What is that to me as a player? If I'm on this team and you say we're trading our star, I think Sandy's the star. I think he's the leader. I think he's the rare case of a pitcher being a leader in a clubhouse because he's the vet. I think it sends a bad message to young guys that you're building around, from Conine to Otto Lopez to Liam Hicks to Joe Mack, all these guys. You're able to set a tone that's saying, you guys play this well, we're going to keep pushing. We're going to move in. Not strategic. I'm not saying gut the whole team to bring in Tarek Skubal. I'm saying make moves that tells this team we believe in you. And when you don't make moves as a GM, it tells me you're not believing in me.
Thank you. It's time. Do a little something. Do a little push. I love to see this news. That's all. The Marlins likely to keep Sandy and add strategically. That excites fans and gives them a little hope heading into the trade deadline this year. All right, coming up next, we are going to talk to Jared Jones, who had a wildly successful week.
Mr. Perfect.
All right, TV crowd is in break for a couple minutes, and then we will have Jared Jones joining us for everyone. YouTube crowd for now. SeatGeek hooking us up with some matchups to watch, including Miz versus Skeens on Sunday. So you can cry all you want that you're not going to see them pitch in the All-Star game. I get that. We've seen them pitch in the All-Star game in the past, but I'm over that now. I'm going to appreciate Todd Father that we get to see them on Sunday. I can't complain anymore. I'm just going to watch a really good matchup.
Agreed. And this is what you want to see. You don't want to see them one or maybe 2 innings go out there and just pitch. No, this is what you want to see going in the All-Star break. They'll get some extra time to relax and enjoy what they've done and how good they've been without even throwing. So, yeah, this is what you want to see. You want to see a battle. You want 1A versus 1A battling each other to see, who the big dog is. So there's going to be a lot of strikeouts. There's going to be a lot of fast pitching. And Kratz, I don't know about you. I'd love to get in the box and face both these guys just to see how I would fare.
Speedballs. I love a good speedball.
Hot ticket. It'll be a hot ticket. But that's the thing. Sunday, you're like, all right, I freed up the plans. SeatGeek is there for you. Territory 10% off of MLB tickets using that code on SeatGeek. There it is. And with that code, you can click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Coming back to us here, let's look at any other matchups too. We have one more minute, I think. Anything else from the weekend? This is it, guys. I mean, this is your last little stretch until you get to take a break. I know we mentioned, like, if you want to see the Marlins and you're a Marlins fan, you're like, no, I don't want the All-Star break. Keep winning games. What's another good matchup this weekend, Kratz?
I think it's an underrated. It's not a rivalry, but it kind of is. Like, to end the All-Star break, two teams that are sitting, Houston and Texas, the Rangers and the Astros, are going into this like, there's a lot. Like, you win this series, you even sweep this series, it could send both these teams into the All-Star break going, okay, we're feeling our oats.
Yeah, and for me, I would say Dodgers D-backs. Anytime Shohei's on the mound, Eduardo Rodriguez too. Two teams battling. I know the Dodgers.
Two All-Stars.
Dodgers have a really nice cushion. See if the Diamondbacks can step up and find a way to keep winning over there. They beat San Diego yesterday. I think that'd be a fantastic game to watch.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yamamoto on Saturday in that matchup. And if you're a Dodger fan, it's sellout city there. So go to SeatGeek, go grab a seat. Here he is, Pirates starting pitcher Jared Jones joining us right now. Jared, great to have you back on the show. It's good to see you. It's good to see you back this season, and what a week it's been. How fun was this week for you?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Going 6 perfect is pretty fun.
When did you know you were perfect? In the first inning?
First inning, 1, 2, 3. All right, we got one rolling.
All right, but that's like, that's not bad. That's not bad. You go out there. We're gonna get to your pitch count, obviously, all that stuff. But take us into the bullpen before that start. Is it coming out and you're like, yo, I'm legit today. Like, it's coming out hot.
Yeah, I think the bullpen was pretty good. Probably not my best, but yeah, it was good. I didn't feel anything like, oh yeah, I feel super good today or I feel terrible. It's kind of just a normal one. And then, yeah, what happened happened.
All right. So what happened. That's fine. But then you're coming down the steps and avoid it. I'm trying to read it. Obviously, we're not in the moment. I know Don Kelly's taller than you are, so he's trying to always hover over you. But that was a funny moment where you're just avoiding him to go down the steps. Do you think you could have hid the entire half an inning down there and then just ran back out to the mound? Or were you like, no, I know you're going to take me out because I haven't gone over 80 pitches since I've been back off the IL?
Yeah, I was really just supposed to go 5, and then the trainer and DK came up to me. He was like, hey, do you feel good? And I was like, yeah. He was like, do you want another one? And I was like, next question. Like, yeah, of course I want another one. But yeah, that room that I go down to in between innings, it actually does lock if you close it. So if I made it down the steps, I probably could have hid from it and just ran back out.
Wait. It locks now? Before it just used to be a cage, like a fenced cage that was just out of the sun. So it locks? Like, this is big. Yeah. This is big time news for ex-Pirate.
Yeah, it's like a full-blown door. I've definitely gotten pissed off sometimes and shut the door while I'm walking out, and I left my glove and everything in there, and I have to panic and call someone to open it back up. But yeah, that thing locks now.
Wait. You keep diverting me from my next question. You locked your glove in that room. Why does it lock? It's not the video room, is it? Because you can't get in the video room.
No. It's so you go down the steps. I was in the video. You kind of see me heading down there, and then you go it's a door probably 2 more steps after the steps down, and yeah, it's just like a pitcher's room whenever it's hot outside.
All right. All right. Yeah, you need to get out of the elements when it's hot in Pittsburgh. But you said you were only going 5 innings. I looked at your last, like ever since you came off the IL. Is this plan moving forward the rest of the season in the sense that some days we don't care about your pitch count, it's going to be 5 innings? Is it some days your cap is 75 pitches? Has this been talked about, and have there been arguments or pushback from you?
It's kind of more me and the trainer. Kind of go week by week, see how I'm feeling and stuff like that. Coming off of surgery, there are times where it doesn't feel great, and there's times where I feel fantastic. But I don't think it'll be the same 5 innings throughout the entire season. I'm sure at some point I'll get a leash to go a little bit longer, but yeah, for now it is what it is.
Well, enough about you. Let's talk about the team here a little bit. It seems like you always have these spurts of being really, really good, and then ebbs and flows, and then all of a sudden, this Pirate team goes back a little bit. I played there a little bit. I know Brian Reynolds, really good dude, really awesome. He's probably one of the fearless leaders on that team. Where do you see this team? You guys are 5 games out of the wild card. Do you see this team making a push come, late August into September?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think collectively as a team we've played our best baseball yet this year. Like you said, like there's days where the hitters are hot and us as a staff isn't, and we end up losing the game, or vice versa, where the pitchers are hot and we end up running into a guy who throws 7 shutty against us, and we end up losing that way. And then there's also games where we click as a team and we win 10-1 or whatever it is. But yeah, once everyone starts clicking a little bit more at the same time, I think we'll be a pretty damn good team.
Do you think you're already a pretty good team now, but do you think that clicking together is because you guys haven't played together? Like the team was essentially, a lot of the starters were put together besides your rotation before the season, or is it just something that whatever, it's season to season?
I think it's just the season's the season. We've definitely have some guys going through some tough times and guys who are playing really well. Once we get the guys who are struggling to pick it up a little bit, including myself, I think it's going to be a pretty fun second half.
All right, one of the things that Paul said the other day when he got named an all-star, he was surprised when he looked at the list. He said, none of our position players. We here, because we have I couldn't hit a slider and Todd doesn't play anything anymore. We have no skin in the game. Do you guys talk about all-star snubs? Is that something in the clubhouse where you go, man, how on earth did Brandon Lau not get anything? How on earth did this guy, is that talked about between you guys?
Yeah, kind of more like small talk. I think Brandon Lau was the best second baseman in the league. I think Brian's definitely a top 3 outfielder in the league, and Ryan O'Hearn is playing outfield and first base, and he's hitting 290 with 16. I think that's a pretty worthy 3 trio of all-stars there. And yeah, they didn't get in, and we think it's pretty disrespectful.
Wait, you talked about O'Hearn. Did you agree with Paul Skeens' comments that it was kind of selfish of him to hit 3 home runs? Because I love the comment, and I love that kind of clubhouse, sarcasm, dry humor. But did you agree?
Absolutely. I mean, like Paul said, they're rally killers and stuff like that. There's nobody to drive in, so kind of just ended the innings for us, and he took all the RBIs away. So
selfish,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely. It's very selfish.
Okay, so who's the most selfish in that sense, in this smiling, sarcasm, joking sense? Who's the most selfish on the pitching staff?
Probably Ashcraft. He's taking away a lot of zeros from other guys right now, and it's not fair.
And he doesn't let the position players play. He just goes out and strikes guys out, and he's like, "Why are you guys even out here?" I saw him turn around one time after a 3 strikeout inning, and I thought he said, "I don't need you guys." But hey, it's not quoted, nothing like that.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, he thinks he's a one-man wrecking crew, and I guess it's just not a team sport for him.
Dude, this is great. I want to talk about you again. Is there any, coming back from surgery and injury and that stuff, What are just for this year? Now you're back, like you're ready to go. I know there's a pitch limit and all that, but is there any like goals that you set aside now, knowing that you're only going to play for a couple months, or is it just try and be healthy and figure things out so I can be ready for next year, getting these boys going?
Yeah, a little bit of both. Want to stay in the field the whole year. Haven't done that yet since I've been a big leaguer. So I would call it a goal for me, is not missing any starts, and then um, really just having better numbers selfishly than I did in 2024.
Dude, better numbers is not selfish. There's it's a team game played by individuals. You're going out like, it's not like you're going to hit a dinger. So in my opinion, don't apologize for wanting to have better numbers. That's just the name of the game. You talked about it earlier. We just talked about your injury and rehab and now back. What is that process of talking to your trainer? Is there one trainer? Do you have to talk to all 16 trainers that the Pirates employ? Is it a annoying process? Do you lie to your trainer? Like, because so many pitchers, and I say that because so many pitchers are like, hey, how you feel today? Good. Or is it different now? Because I've been out of the game for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been pretty transparent with the guys. It's really just one guy I've been working with since I came back, and I feel pretty transparent about how I'm feeling on a day-to-day level. Like, I had to start 2 weeks ago, or I came in the next day, and I was hanging, and I let them know. So we got some stuff done in the training room, and felt great 2 days later.
Nice. Hey, can you talk to me about how you've studied the longevity component and the velocity factor into results? I know you can eloquently state this better than I can, but like figuring out, where your sweet spot is, how that helps you in starts, and how velocity isn't, I mean, of course it helps with punch outs, but a point down is not going to make a difference if you've got your stuff crisp.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm throwing the fastball, slider, changeup exactly where I want it to, I don't need it to be 195 and 90. It could be a couple ticks down or a couple ticks up depending on the day. But if I'm throwing it where I want it, like I did a couple days ago, show some pretty good results.
So do they ask you, whoa, hey, you're only throwing 94. What's the deal? Are they so nervous? Because I know people in the media are so nervous when Jared Jones is throwing 99, 99, 99, and then the next inning he's 94, but it's a 1, 2, 3, 6 pitch inning.
No, nobody's really asked. I also haven't had that velocity dip in a game yet. I've started off a couple innings with 96-mile-an-hour heaters, and I think that's the slowest I've thrown this year. Nothing really less than that, but throughout the inning, it comes back pitch by pitch.
All right. Paul Skeens hasn't been otherworldly. He's just been all-star. So watching from afar, we're like, looks exactly the same to me, just some balls are falling in. What do you see from this guy? And are you the guy to keep his ego in check, or is it Bubba?
It's definitely not Bubba.
He's the last.
Bubba's Bubba.
He's the last.
I'll leave it at that. Bubba's Bubba. But yeah, it's a bunch of playful stuff, kind of giving each other some shit, and it's all playful but meaningful at the same time. But yeah, it's kind of funny scrolling through Twitter and stuff like that, and you see Paul Skeens has been terrible this year, and I'm sure any pitcher in the world would love to have the year he's having right now. So I feel like that speaks to how really good he is as a pitcher when his down year's still pretty good.
Still in line to possibly, if he wasn't starting on Sunday, possibly start an all-star game. So I get it.
Exactly.
He went from Superman to like just really awesome. But you talked about, you just said how like guys go through ebbs and flows during the season. Do you see a difference in Paul Skeens or anybody else on your staff when they have a good start and when they have a bad start? Because to me, that's the level of professionalism. That is, this guy the same guy? He's super chatty when he goes 6 inning with 10 punch outs, but then he goes 6 with like 4 punch outs and he's like, whatever. I don't really want to talk to guys.
Not really. I feel like that's the thing I really like most about our staff, is that we all show up, same guy every single day. even after someone has a bad start, they're in the dugout the next day, cracking jokes and all that good stuff. So yeah, I feel like our staff as a whole, just the same guy every day, and it's really fun to be around.
All right, I got to ask about Connor Griffin because my son is 17 years old. He plays the outfield. He hits left-handed, so he's nothing compared to Connor Griffin at all. But he has the same facial hair, and I'm like, I don't think that's like the. He's like, dude, I'm growing it out like Connor Griffin does. I was like, I don't think that's like the number one in the game. I know he's hurt right now. Is there something that you guys give Connor Griffin, the baby on your team, a hard time for that just still makes you laugh, even though he's on the IL right now, not able to play?
Yeah, his locker's a mess. I mean, he's got maybe 20 cleats in his locker. It's not a mess, but he's got like an overflowing locker. So a lot of guys, whenever we walk past it, just kind of give him a nudge on the shoulder, talk a little bit about it, and then yeah, just kind of move on.
His mom needs to tell him to clean his room. That's what it is.
Yeah.
When
you're that
still
young,
20 years
you know.
old. I couldn't imagine being where he's at when I was 20 years old.
Where were you at 20 years old? Were you in high A at that time?
I was in high A Greensboro.
How messy was your in Greensboro too? You were grinding. It was hot at this. Was your locker messy at that point?
No, I came in with. I was the only high schooler in a college or in our draft, so we had 6 college guys come in. So I had to grow up pretty quickly.
Wait, yeah. So I mean, when I was the last year I was with the Pirates, they actually gave the minor leaguers a paper that showed what your locker needs to look like when you go out to the field and when you leave. So maybe Connor Griffin didn't spend enough time in the minor leagues to learn the Pirate way of stacking your locker, because you had to like put your chair up on top of your locker. I know the big leagues are different, but maybe he just didn't learn.
We didn't have that when I came in when I first got drafted in 2020. We didn't have anything like that.
Okay. This was 16. So I mean, it's a different regime and everything. That was when they used to do like all the like Navy SEAL
the Army training. Yeah.
Like fill a bucket up with a spoon in the sand at 4 a.m. Like crazy stuff.
Yeah, I've heard stories of that. I think that ended in 19. So the year before me was the last year.
No wonder all these rookies are soft now. No wonder. I see it now.
Wait, one fan question off this. Just I like the inside access stuff, right? So how much free stuff gets thrown around or sent, at least to certain players in the clubhouse? And like this is the ultimate first world pro athlete problem, but like how crazy can it be to stay organized there? Because also sometimes people are like, well, there's somebody that can do something for everyone in a clubhouse, right? Somebody is going to each locker and organizing everything, because I think they look at clubbies as these superstars, which they are, but I mean, they're doing the laundry and they're getting them whatever they need. But the clubbie's not sitting at each person's locker being like, okay, let's put all of your cleats in the corner here. Or can they do that? I don't know. Tell me what it's like in there.
No, like I said, Connor's got a incredibly full locker, so he's got a lot of stuff going on. Like he has stuff sent to him all the time. But yeah, it's nothing of the sort where it needs to be like a super clean or anything like that. But yeah, our clubbies do a pretty good job around here.
Yeah, they crush it. Hey, Jared, great to talk to you, man. Great start the other day. Enjoy the break too, and good luck the second half.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. That's Jared Jones from the Pirates. We'll be right back.
Hey,
here we are. Yeah.
They usually have an empty locker next to them in the big leagues. You remember that?
Yeah, not for the rookies though.
Yeah, but still, sometimes
the rookies would be the last ones that get it, especially in Pittsburgh. You were in that locker room. It's nice, but it's not everybody's not getting an empty one. Just you. Just those home run derby stars.
Wow.
Little league champions.
Awkward.
But when they used to do September call-ups and you could have 90 players on your roster, and then you'd go to one of the super small visiting clubhouses, right, like Wrigley, and you'd be like, this is not real life.
Oh, my God.
What is this place? I mean, you know, Todd Father, you went through some of that being in the NL Central. You'd go to Wrigley in September, and you're like, is this really the big leagues? Like, we have 90 people
You'd have
in
to
here.
double. You had to double up with somebody, and the locker was like the size of my computer here. Oh, my God. Crazy.
I was like, I get it. It's an old place, whatever. I was like, if I was commissioner, I would have forced them to switch it up. Well, they did eventually, so it's much nicer in there now. Real quick, on the topic of amenities, how about playing a game where you might land, go straight to the ballpark, and have like, I don't know, an hour or two, maybe an hour to get ready? So there's a developing story. The Red Sox are stuck in Chicago after they swept the White Sox. They're on their best roll of the season right now.
They're going to be in oh my gosh.
Their game is starting in 5 hours from when we're doing this right now, live on FT, right? 5 hours to get to New York from Chicago, not just get there, but like be on the field, play a big league game. And you can think all you want, like, oh, they're athletes, they'll figure it out. But like there is a process to getting ready to perform in a big league game.
I mean, yeah.
It says they're supposed to land at 4:10, and then they would have less than 3 hours first pitch. They still got to get off the plane and get on their buses. And they say it's going to be a little traffic too. I'm telling you right now, that might take 45 minutes just to get to the ballpark. That's right in the middle. So they're not going to get there probably a good 2 hours before.
This is the second time it's happened.
It's credible.
This is what got them hot going into the Yankees series. They got in late with plane problems, and Wilson Contreras tweeted it. I'm interested to see what's happening here. Like, how does this happen twice in a season? This is big time.
Hoping for a police escort, but
they're definitely getting one. But
you need it. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but you need it.
This is crazy.
For people that don't know, because I dealt with it a lot of my life, the traffic, this is the worst time of year in a top 3 worst traffic area in the country, right? It's July. They do road work. People are going to the Hamptons and the shore and all on Friday.
There's a police escort. Those people, crazy.
They'll help the police escort. They'll join in.
They'll stop the police.
For the Red Sox, no chance.
Oh, my.
Hey, we got the former home run derby champ. He's got the hardware on the desk. Todd Frazier is going to help us solve the problem today. How do you win the home run derby? Todd, Father, run us through your experience, what the current experience should look like with the swings versus the timer. And then if you do everything right, I think your bodyguard will give you your hardware back.
He needs to put that down ASAP because he'll break it with his paws. He's like a polar bear over here. Oh, no, that's Pete Alonso. Sorry. Home run derby champ as well. This is a gauntlet, bro. This is going to be a tough one. Boys are going to have to hit home runs, and they're going to have to not miss, and you only get 20 tries, and it goes down to 15 and so on. You better be ready. If I'm one of the first ones hitting, I'm happy right now. I want to be one of the top 4 hitting so I know and I can put pressure on. People are like, oh, no, I want to wait until the last one. Then all of a sudden you miss 5, 6 in a row, and you're like, oh, my God, I got to get to this number. Well, let me put the pressure on somebody in the beginning, get out there, and then you'll have time to relax even more. So the stress of having to be timed and be exhausted and have to jump up and do it again is over. It's time to go out there and launch and take as much time as you need. So that's the only thing. I mean, listen, I've done one in Minnesota where you got 8 outs. Yeah, we did 8 outs in 2014.
Like in the second round?
First round, 8 outs.
What?
Yeah, it was funky.
Was this after?
2015, we did the time. Then we did it in 16.
So your first time, you did 8 outs.
Yeah, it was weird.
Which I don't even remember that.
I remember all Stanton had to do was hit one home run to tie me, and he didn't hit any.
No.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, my God, I got a chance to win this. And Cespedes said, no, you don't.
Cespedes
I said,
was
no
on
problem.
Another.
But the pressures to swing, oh, they took 5, 6 pitches. Oh, swing the bat. The pressure on the batting practice thrower to dot up exactly where the guy wants to hit the ball, staying loose in between rounds. Make sure you drink your fluids. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. Bananas, all this stuff.
But compare the timing to the no timing, because I didn't know you didn't do a timing one. The one you won was the first ever timing one, and you just killed it. Like rhythm.
Yeah.
Like to me, because I throw nasty BP, if I'm just like ball, ball, like I can get in a rhythm. But if there's a break, you stop, you take it.
It's going to be difficult for some, but it also some like that. Some guys like until they get something in their groove spot, and some might be anxious. Oh, I'm going to swing because I've taken too much time. So,
But the thing,
we'll see.
Because they get 19 balls that they swing at.
Okay.
Do you say, I hit one, come on, keep bringing them for the BP pitcher, in the sense that, like, I want to test, see if I'm hot? Because you could go real quick, 6 pitches, 6 homers. You only have 13 more, because then on the 20th, each home run that you hit, you just keep going. There's no advantage for your speed. Do you think going into it, you say, one is one, and the next pitch, I'm taking my time to get.
I think guys are going to take their time,
not get in the groove.
Yeah, I mean, Camanero's a guy that I like. That I could see swing 4 or 5 in a row if he gets really excited. But I see a lot of veteran guys like Schwarber and Harper taking their time. So
They've done it.
They've done it. It's gonna be different. I mean, we don't know what to expect. It's the first time it's happening. Just like when I did it for the first time, then it was timed.
But
nobody knew.
So the last one, time, because the timer versus the outs is like the biggest part for me. I remember watching Jazz in Atlanta, and it was like he needed a break. He needed, and you can take the time out, but he needed a break. I think it would help a guy who's like, oh, crap, like, I'm fine. Okay, I can step back. Where if you're in the timer, did it feel like you were like, although you won it, so I guess it doesn't matter, but
no.
Did you feel like you were like gripped by the timer, that the timer
for sure.
was over
you
top
felt
of
like
you?
I felt like I had no time when I had plenty of time. I was down 5 with like 45 seconds left, and I remember talking afterwards. People like, it's over, and then I went clip, miss, clip, and now I had like 25 in like 20 seconds. I'm like, oh, I got plenty of time now. Clip, and brother's throwing quickly.
Jeff, right?
Charlie
was throwing.
But yeah, I knew every time what I had to beat, which helped. You want to be the second guy time for sure, but
now you're saying you want to be the first.
I would like to be the first. I would want to put the pressure on guys.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So who you got?
I mean, you're putting the pressure on me now?
No, I asked you before the show. I need you to give me this, because this is the problem.
I mean, for me, I'm going to go with I'm going to stick with Junior Caminero right now. If I had to choose one, the 2 home guys are going to try and battle it out. Maybe try a little too hard, and Junior's going to be like, click.
Do you think it matters going into it how hot they are at the plate hitting homers?
No.
Doesn't apply.
No, not at all. Not at all. Just get them over the fence. Don't worry about anything else.
Well, the big thing is, do you believe there are any heat check guys where they'll thrive with that last pitch that you can keep riding, and then you go until you don't hit a home run, right? Are we going to have one of those moments where a guy does well, but he needs, let's say, 3 or 4 homers, and you're like, oh, this guy can just rack homers at the end, right? If he's got that one pitch.
Yeah,
I mean, do you call it clutch, Todd? It's clutch, right?
Yeah,
and you think that's Junior? Yeah.
I think that's Junior for sure.
You don't think it's Schwarber?
Oh,
I mean, look at what Schwarber
I think
did
Schwarber can easily do it too.
In the All-Star game. Like, he just came out, and it was kind of that format, but like tiny bit of format, and he was just like, oh, this dinger, and everyone's like,
this suits well for any hitter.
Yeah,
it's the field. The field.
The field.
Oh God, for any hitter.
Does anybody hit one? Because I think it's gonna be like 92 degrees.
It's gonna be hot.
Do you think any of those lefties, reaches the third deck in Philly?
I do. I could see Schwarber doing it. I could see Harper.
I don't think Harper's got it, and I'm not trying to call Harper out here.
Oh, wow.
Like, this is not.
He's won it before.
No. Oh, win it?
Harper
I think Harper can win it. I'm
Schwarber
talking just third.
Are you saying he's not elite, Kratz?
Wow. Wow.
The third deck is all I'm looking for. I want to know who's getting it to the third deck, because you got to hit. It's got to be clipped, but you also got to have ridiculous height, launch angle.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, that's what I want to know. Third deck, righties. I want to know if anybody's going to hit it's not the light standard anymore. It's all a scoreboard. But I want to know if anybody's going to hit one over the restaurant. It used to be called Harry the K's. Now there's a big lawsuit, whatever, between the Callis family. But I want to see if anybody goes over that, because I saw Stanton go over it in batting practice when he was Mike Stanton with the Marlins.
O'Neal Cruz hit some 4 home runs last year.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my God!
And we're gonna get to enjoy it. That might be my favorite part right now. Is the distance. Where are we going to be at? And are we going to use less drag balls just like we're using in the games?
We'll see.
How much smaller are those home run derby balls, Todd?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I need one. I need to hold one because I heard they are like, wait, is this something that like you're part of the home run derby crew and you're not allowed to talk about how they use different baseballs?
Not at all. They do.
Oh my gosh.
Juicy Juice?
Todd.
Juicy Juice baseballs?
Juicy,
No. They would call them Profar balls. No.
Jesus, God, dude, again, you love digging on these guys.
Well, it wasn't my
He does.
fault.
Hey, either way,
exactly.
It should be a fun one. Can't wait to
One
see
more
what the
entertainment.
HI is.
Yeah, same. One more entertainment component. Bryce Harper brought up when the gold baseballs are brought into play. He's like, what if we just do aluminum bats?
Oh,
Dangerous.
then the
That's
kids
what
in
I
the
was
outfield
thinking.
have to-
I was
have
like,
to go
wait.
run.
Yeah,
He
kids
definitely
couldn't
doesn't have his law degree.
There's no way they could do the aluminum. I mean, as much as I would want to see it, to the point where I'm not sure if I told this story or not, but Hunter Pence, we had I think Jimmy Rollins did a Red Bull commercial or something with this bat that they made that was super juiced, and Hunter Pence in the playoffs, nobody was in the stands. They wouldn't let him use it when fans were in the stands, and they made us move everybody, big leaguers, out of center field and left field, and he took 3 swings with this aluminum bat, and he hit it off the light standard, not the lights, in left field over top of the restaurant with this aluminum bat. So I would need to see it. I need to see it, especially with the new baseball regulations that are going to be coming to high school.
Yeah,
Let's break out we're not going to talk about that. Let's break out a -5, -6 juicy McJuicers.
I want to ask you about that after the show.
Yeah, we will. Anyway.
But too dangerous if they did that in a ballpark, right? I mean,
Danger.
you'd have to be like another disclaimer on the PA announcement during the game. Okay, everyone, I know that half of you screenagers are buried in your phone watching the Derby even though you're at it, or you're trying to take a video thinking that your video is better than looking at it with your eyeballs. But we need you to actually look up and potentially put your hands in front of your face.
Put your metal protector on.
You have
Right.
everybody in the outfield getting just your standard all-star catcher's mask. I mean,
In your seat is your neon catcher's mask, and it will light up the ballpark and also protect you from dying.
You're talking about big leaguers. I've seen non-big leaguers hit with on YouTube, hit with these juiced bats.
Oh my God!
Getting up to 129 miles an hour. The dude can swing it.
What is that guy's name?
I forget,
I
know what
I
his.
love
I know what
watching
his.
his
Yeah,
stuff.
I won't say it until he comes on to talk one day. But like big leaguers doing this, Kyle Schwarber, Giancarlo Stanton, guys that are in the top tier of hitting the ball as hard as they can with a wood bat, with a metal bat. I want to see it. I'll be honest, I want to see it.
Me too.
We've got a Philly area guy joining us, so we can ask him about some of this stuff too. Of course, we're going to ask him about his team rocking and rolling. Tyler Phillips standing by. We'll step aside, take a quick break, and then he's here with us. All right, while we have a moment and get ready for Tyler Phillips when the TV audience returns, Scott Merkin tweeting, AL Central final weekend before the All-Star break. White Sox 47-45 taking on the A's. Guardians 48-46 matching up in Miami. Twins 46-48 against the Angels. Tigers are 43-50 facing the Phillies. And then it's the Royals at 38-56 in Baltimore. How does the standings board look to you? Like Todd Father, if I told you, hey, this is what the standings board looks like heading into the final weekend before the All-Star break, but I told you this March 25th, what would you have said?
Oh, baby. What's up with the Royals? Jesus. That's what I would say. One, and where did this White Sox team come from, too? So this is great for baseball, the different teams. A lot of teams went out and bought some players. a lot of teams that you don't think about that are going out there in the offseason, finding guys and making some moves. Kratz, I think it's fantastic. The Guardians are going to have to battle. The Twins are starting to make a move. It's don't give me that face. I think it's absolutely awesome for the AL Central, and it's going to be a battle until the finish.
Todd, I'm glad this is a break because you said some of these teams went out and bought some players. Who on earth did the AL Central go out and buy? Framber Valdez and Murakami Munetaka?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. Players.
Those two.
That's more than one.
Wow, the AL Central was just so active in buying players.
Listen.
No.
I'm not a big – I don't watch the AL Central that much, but I'm letting you know that a lot of teams did it. And for the AL Central, it's fantastic to see.
End of the All-Star break, or the All-Star break, going into the All-Star break, we were in first place. We were playing the Pirates when I was with the Brewers. We had a 5-game series in 4 days. We lost all freaking 5 games.
Ooh.
And I let the ball go through my legs on a play at the plate to lose it in Game 5 of that series. I had to go home. It was the worst All-Star break to the point where we went on vacation at the All-Star break, I've been back plenty of times. I go back every year. It's still for years afterwards had this like sunken feeling because I screwed this up and we had lost 5 games. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting traded.
I'm done.
JT Realmuto is out there. He's with the Marlins. Oh, he's going to get traded to the Brewers. I'm cooked. See you later. I'll be on vacation for the rest of the summer after this. Like it was, but you know what? It didn't happen. Thank you, Brewers, for not making moves.
You can say that every year.
Every year. Shouldn't have been worried.
They're coming for you. Seriously, they are on a heater. Tyler Phillips representing them today for us and back on FT. Tyler, good to see you. Let's start with the headliner. What's going on with you guys out there right now?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know, guys. The boys are swinging the bats well. Pitching, I mean, we've had a few meetings talking about just trying to win 4 games a week, and I guess we just like really took that to heart, you know? Like you win 4 games a week, that's 2 series wins, you know? So I think we just took that to heart. The hitters or whatever meetings they're having, I'm not allowed in there. I've been trying to get in there, but no, they're just doing everything right, man. Moving the ball forward, running the bases hard, playing awesome defense. I want to give like credit to like Kyle Stowers. I've been just thinking about him right now. The guy's moved over to first base, and I think he's making unreal plays over there. But it's full team around, man. Everyone's doing their jobs.
That's good, man. How's everything going, bro? You look good.
It's great. It's good to see you, man. I was happy to see your name on there.
I'm proud of you, bro. You keep working, dog.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Wait, I'm sorry, Tyler. Hey, hang on. Can we go to our full shot here? Because wait a minute, like you have never once talked about Tyler Phillips one time, and now he comes on the show and you're like, "Yo, this is my guy, bro. Yo, this is yo from Jersey. Wait, where you at in Jersey? Yeah. Yo, I know about that.
It's natural. That's how it goes.
It's that auto connection, man.
That's how it is.
Okay, so do you know Todd as Little League World Series champion or Home Run Derby champion? How do you know Todd?
Here we go.
Dude, I mean, honestly, both of them. But we were in Texas together, man. We were spring training. Here's a funny story. Todd would come in, obviously always confident, man. The thing that like really threw me off is that he brought his son in. It's my first spring ever. Son comes in. We're all playing cards, gambling, stuff like that, whatever. Comes in, first hand of blackjack, takes $100 from me. I was like, what the heck is going on here, man? And Todd's just like, he's being the man over there, dude. Like, good energy. Son brought it in. So I wish I wasn't the scared player that I was back then, because I think we would have had a really good time.
No, you weren't scared, bro. Listen. I
was scared. I was scared, brother.
No, bro. You're about 3 times the size of me. Stop it. Listen, dude, I love all the younger guys, and just like Kratzy too as well, dude. We tried breaking you guys in a little bit so you felt comfortable. It's a different ball game up there, dude, and especially, with the times and what was going on. And what was that, 2000?
That was 2020, man. That was
2020. Yeah, it was right on the dot.
Yeah.
So, Bo, listen, if you ever felt scared, I wish you would have came to me a little bit more, but you looked like you knew what you were doing. Even if you were scared, you acted like you belong. And where you started and where you're at now, dude, I'm proud of you, man, because I know you're an absolute beast. And I'm sorry my son took the $100 from you, dude. We'll get it back to you. Hey,
Nah,
but
I'm not playing with him anymore.
I want to talk about trust too. I mean, you're talking about being scared and trust. You talk about how, one of your coaches is really helped you out a little bit with your catcher in that kind of game. I understand as a pitcher's perspective, the trust you have with your catcher has to be spot on. And for you, sometimes, you want to do a little bit too much, or you want, hey, maybe this and there, but you have to let go and let your catcher do his job. So talk a little about that and how you've gotten more confident in that.
Yeah, of course, man. I think it was against the Athletics, my last out. No, well, 2 outings ago. Kind of had a little hiccup. I think it was the 4th inning. I went out there, men got on base, and being the sinker ball guy that I am, being the contact pitcher that I am, obviously I don't want to let a guy advance. So I had to swallow my pride a little bit and say, like, the next day there was some fear there of letting the runner advance and letting guys get on. But I got a Joe Mack here who's unbelievable behind the dish. And that's like the very first thing that we talked about. Is like I was being way too quick to the plate. And that was taking a hit on my stuff. It was taking a hit on my command. And then I'm just ended up giving up free passes. So Joe can't even do his job at that point anymore. And they said, hey, man, like nobody's running off of this guy. You got to understand that. And when people do run, he wants them to. That's something he always talks about is I want people to run. So, I mean, that's just helped me build a lot of trust in there. And me and Joe, whenever he isn't playing, we'll talk on the bench. Just if I ever do get into a jam, ways that he can help, mechanisms he can use to get me to just stay confident. But at the end of the day, when you have a guy that's going to throw somebody out, whatever percentage he's throwing out, higher than a lot of other guys, makes me feel better, just do my job, throw the ball over the plate. If they want to run, please give it a chance, give it a try.
Exactly.
Talk about Joe Mack. Talk about him, because people that are not Marlins fans or catching fans, because if you're a catching fan, you should know who Joe Mack is. This dude is the real deal. But talk about him as a rookie having these conversations with you behind the dish.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, guy is a goofball. I'm gonna put it right out there. He's a goofball. love him to death, though, and that's like the energy that I want, because him being a goofball and him being like a little bit naive, if you will, that makes him eager to just continue to learn. That's the thing that's cool. Yesterday, in between innings, we're watching, we're getting excited for runs, whatever it is, but then out of nowhere, we'll just start talking about like, hey, this is what I need you to do. This is the setup I need you to give me. Or he's talking about like what he sees for the base runner on first, just like the most random stuff you could think of. But he wants to get better every single day, and he wants to serve. And that's like, I think that's the biggest thing that a catcher could want. When you're talking about the best in the game, it's something that I've learned back in the day. It's always like, hey, we're here to serve. Like you have to be selfish in this game, but at the same time, as a catcher, you're there for the entire team. You're watching the whole rest of the 8 guys. You see the whole field. You're there to serve. And especially for our pitchers, just being able to get us on track, that's going to be the biggest thing for him to just continue to learn, is how to go and talk with the pitcher in between innings or when they get into a jam.
All right. Well, you talked about his throwing ability, and I'm going to swing another question. Have you seen anybody throw like him in the game? Because right now, Joe Mack leads the league in caught stealing, not percentage, but in guys thrown out. I think he's got like 17 dudes that he's thrown out, and he didn't get called up till May.
Yeah. Have I seen anyone throw like him? I mean, obviously, I was around JT. He was awesome to have. But Joe does some different stuff, man. Like, I remember seeing a video of him in AAA. Like, he was looking at third, and he somehow like did like a little snake eyes move and threw it to second. Got a guy. Few games ago against the Cardinals, I was pitching. I was out of the game at this point. Did a back pick to third. It's just like you don't even see it like from the sideline. Like it's just the quickest snap throws. It's the quickest pop time I've seen in a long time, and it's a lot of fun to watch. At least I guess if you can see it.
If you. So my question to you is, I'm not sure if you were going to come on here as a starter or as a reliever. So as a catcher, are you different personalities? Because for Joe Mack being a rookie, if I'm like constantly catching all Tyler Phillips starts, since you've been a starter since most of his big league time so far, and then all of a sudden they shift you back to the bullpen, is he going to have to look at a different guy? Is he going to have to approach you different? Like, what is this energy that you're putting out from both sides of your pitcher persona?
I mean, from the bullpen, I do feel like an animal coming out of the gate there. I don't know, something about the adrenaline. Like, if you ever seen the movie Split, like I feel like the Split guy, just like getting bigger. You know, like you come out of that gate, and it's a different feeling. But we do try to be the same every time. I know that's like a kind of a boring answer, but the same thing as a starter, we're trying to preach me feeling that animal the whole time. Granted, bullpen, you're throwing 1 to 2 to 3 innings. Starting, you're trying to go 5, 6, 7 innings. So it is a little bit harder to sustain and like maintain that mentality. You get tired. It's like kind of a mental grind. So they've been challenging me to check in and check out in between innings. When there's 2 outs, it's like back to that animal mindset. But those first 2 outs, when we're sitting in the dugout, that's when Joe has his opportunity to come in and get whatever out. Maybe we'll joke a little bit, but once there's 2 outs, it's like, hey, get away from me. It's like just lock him back in. So I mean, dude, we're all really close here. I think we're a really tight knit team, and we're all the same guy every day. Even if guys are struggling, we all come in and we're having a blast. That's the number one thing.
Take us through the conversations, but then also the physical ramp up to go from a reliever at the beginning of the year. The role you had last year was way different than what you're doing right now. So was this a conversation in spring where they go, hey, we could possibly do this since we brought Pete Fairbanks in, but then they just had to transition you? Because to build up to be a starter in the regular season in the big leagues is no joke. Take us through that.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's a tough game, man. Obviously, we had a few injuries. Some of our depth down at the lower level. Some of the guys that we thought were going to be ready went through TJ, and that's tough, man. I hate to see that, but in spring, I was throwing 1 to 2 innings. You know, I think there was one outing where they wanted me to go 3, and that was a grind too. Just off season, I wasn't necessarily preparing for that. I was preparing to be just like a short burst reliever. During the season, though, like I was getting tossed into that, like the I don't want to call it the mop-up role, but it was kind of like a mop-up role. You come in, game's kind of in a jam, and you're in a bind. You gave up, like, you're losing by 5 or winning by 5, something like that. You don't want to waste your leverage arms. I was really good at just being efficient and going through innings quickly, keeping the pitch count low. And then once they just kept getting injuries, they just pulled me in the office one day and said, hey, like, you cool if we just let you start? You've been going 3 innings pretty much every time anyway. So then at that point, it's a matter of just going out, doing the exact same thing. Some minor tweaks into the starting plan, but I've been pretty much treating my day-to-day like a reliever. Like, obviously, like, the lifting schedule's different, the conditioning schedule's a little different, but mindset-wise, preparation-wise, I've been treating it pretty much the same as I would when I was a reliever, and all I'm doing is going a few extra innings.
All right. Take us into the clubhouse right now. The Marlins are tied with the Phillies right now. Trade deadline's looming. How much do you guys talk about trade deadline? Because I know teams that I was on that we were in the playoff hunt, or we were actually in, a wild card spot or division lead. The conversations in the clubhouse were very few and far between about trade deadline. Because if you're like, bro, we need to pick up another starter, and you look across, like, your locker next to you is the dude that's the 5th starter, you're like, I wasn't talking about you. Like, you feel like you're almost hurting your teammates. How is that conversated, and what do you guys talk about?
And to be honest, I haven't heard any chatter about trades. And maybe I'm just like not paying attention to anything, but I wouldn't even have been able to tell you what our record was. Like, I know we've been playing well. Dude, we get in that clubhouse and it's just like, we're just looking to have fun. We've been switching the vibes up a lot. On my start day, I know that we've been going with a lot of like some soul music. I like Rick James. I've been putting a lot of him on. We've been kind of going with a little funky fish vibe. Guys have just been enjoying that. We like to dance around, joke around. We got a few games in the clubhouse. Everybody's just competing. Nobody's really talking about trade deadlines or where anyone's going. Like, obviously injuries suck, but like nobody really talks about that. We just keep it light, keep it loose. I don't know if the team would appreciate me saying it, but like we do have like a little extracurricular in the clubhouse next to my locker, where we all just like gather around after games. Have a little drinksky, and we just bond really well. Like there's no talk about trades. There's no talk about records. We just go out there and we're just having a blast. That's why I think I said it the other day, like it feels like high school or college. Like you don't even pay attention to what's going on. You're just having fun with your boys.
Is it celebrating? I mean, you celebrate after wins? Like, do you boys – because I've been on teams where we take tequila shots after a win. We do different types of – what is the routine after a Marlins win? Who leads it? What are the chants? And is there a certain music that's played?
Yeah, man. I mean, there is definitely a routine. We all get in there. We all gather around. Mr. Fairbanks, he grabs the game log and he's going over all the positives from the game. Who's gotten hits? Who pitched well? Like obviously we all pay attention. We know what happened in the game. Right. Just honor all those guys, and then we have this like WWE like Marlins belt. Hand that out to the player of the game. Usually, like we're just screaming at him, like telling him to do a speech. And when he's about to start doing a speech, we just keep screaming at him, keep like tossing stuff at him. And then he'll do a speech. It's usually something short and sweet, like, "Hey, let's go get another win tomorrow." Bump the music up. I don't know what the music vibe is. It's kind of just like stuff that we like, and then eventually we get back into that funk vibe. But then over by my locker, we do have the curtains. We pull them open. I got a bunch of Polaroids in there with guys after the wins. We take pictures with them, and we definitely do sweep shots. And most of the pitchers will all gather around there. Position players, they got stuff to do the next day. Pitchers are a little bit of a different animal, but usually gather around, have a drink together, just decompress, talk about the game, whatever it is. And it's just like I said, just keeping it tight knit, keeping it close, and just bonding, man. Like just hanging around each other. Like those are the teams that are going to be successful.
I love that. That's awesome. And I hope people know what goes on behind the scenes to help build the camaraderie, because that's important. And you can see it with the way the team's playing. So I have a question in terms of how to appeal to the fan base. I lived in Miami, and there's just so much competition down there. There's so many people that aren't born there, right? That go down there. They're fans of other teams, the whole deal. So my question is, how do you organically produce more people like you who are so good on interviews like this? Like, are there any players on the team that you're like, hey, you could give a little more, crack some of these jokes to the media to help fans, the casual fans, catch a viral moment? Because you know how it is. It's like in Miami, you could basically be the best team in the league, but then still, if there's not some viral moment or some star name who's a Hall of Famer, it's just hard to break through the noise. That's just what it is in that city.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much other stuff going on. Like, I know we have a fan base. I would love to see them come out to the game. I know Marlins Network, they DM'd me the other day. They got like 40,000 followers, asked me to just do a little video, try to encourage people to come out and do a little takeover. Man, I mean, we just got to keep playing well. Just handle what we can, control what we control, the cliche answer. But I do encourage guys constantly. Like, obviously I've talked to the pitchers. Gosh, I've even talked to some hitters here and there, like early in the year, just about like presence on the field. The two guys that stand out to me the most, like obviously Pete knows what he's doing. He's got mound presence. Two guys that stand out to me the most are Michael Peterson and Cade Gibson. Like these guys, they come out there with some fire now, man. Like early in the year, even last year a little bit, like you have that little rookie, like that sense that I'm a rookie. I don't want to show anyone up, And gosh, I dealt with that too, and get to the point where nobody really cares. Like the other team, they don't care. They might remember it. They might want to get some revenge on you, but it's the same. Like we have the same thing, So I've been encouraging them, like, hey man, go out there, show some fire. People want to see that. So I got I got Cade Gibson and gosh, I can't say his name. Mike Peterson. I got a nickname for him. It's like his alter ego. But like, I can't say it. I'll tell you this. It starts with an MF and then it goes Mike. But they've been throwing the jacket on after outings, like after they walk off the mound, like they get out of a jam, they're tossing the jacket on. I'm like, oh, that's sick, man. Like they're just like jawing at themselves. They're jawing at the other guys. They come in, you can feel the energy when they're coming out of the bullpen, when they come into the dugout. Like people need to see that. That like gives me, I got chills right now just thinking about it. And we got a lot of guys like that, man. Like even the hitters, like we do this stuff in the dugout now where Brian Navarretto, he's some of the best energy I've been around in this game. We got our one of our strength coaches, Daniel Vega, like they start to do this like number. They're like 5, 6, 7, 8. And we do this like we're all snapping and clapping and dancing around. And they got the fight and fish like bottle girl service thing. And we're just like dancing and chanting around. Like people probably hear us from the other dugout and they're like, what in the world is going on over there? And like that's the fun that we have. That's like the viral moments that I wish people could come out to the stadium and see. Like I think there's like a few of like the season ticket holders that are behind, they know, but like that's the stuff that gives me chills. Just seeing these guys, like seeing them blossom and get away from like that scared kid that I mentioned to Todd earlier, like that I felt like I was nervous to do something wrong. Like, oh, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to be viral. Like I wish guys would say like, dude, go and be viral. Yeah, we're playing baseball, but I do think that there is a sense like we're still entertaining at the same time, like people want to see that. That's how you're going to get fans. And the more fans you get, the more incentive there is to just go and play hard, like it feels good having that roar behind you.
There you go, bro. You're firing me up. I want to go put a uniform on right now and go play. Hey,
come on down.
You know I would. My last question to you, for me, Red Sox still have not taken off from last night's game, and they're still sitting in Chicago, and they have a game at 7:10 in New York. If you're a starting pitcher today, if you're not still haven't taken off, you're not supposed to land until after 4:30, 5 o'clock. Are you losing it a little bit, or are you like, whatever, let's let it roll, whatever?
I think at that point, like you probably go through the 4 stages, like the despair, like the why me, like all this stuff. You probably go through the 4 stages and then you get to acceptance. I know if it's me, I'd probably just be like, dude, whatever, man. Like, I think when we were in St. Louis 2 outings ago for me, like I was talking about, I was just going in survival mode. Like my body felt terrible. It was super hot day game. It's probably where I would be at that point. Don't get me wrong, I'd be pissed, but again, it's control what you can control. That is insane. I didn't know that, but yeah, you just go out there, do your job the best you can. Everybody on that flight's gotta play the same way, Anyway, we joke about how our bodies feel constantly here too. Like Max Meyer, this guy, I think he's probably thrown more innings this year than he has his entire career combined. So like obviously his body's gonna be feeling it, and we're always joking like, oh, dude, I'm shocked. Like, I don't know if I can pitch today. And then we go out and, he'll go out and throw 7, I think at that point, you just go into survival mode and go compete, man. That's what it's all about.
Ooh. Who's the biggest freak on the team? Who's the guy that you're like, whoa, if people knew about this guy, like this guy, talking about like talent-wise on the field?
Biggest freak on this team? Dude, I gotta put Mike Peterson up there, man. Like he locks in that mental side, dude. He's 6'7". He's got Nigerian blood in him. His middle name is like Ketachukwu. He's a 6'7" guy. We call him the pie thrower too, because he's got this long arm action. Like you probably like in the box, you can't see it. He's throwing 21 vertical movement fastballs at 97 to 100. And like I said, like he'll when he comes in, like we had a conversation early in the year in LA where like I could sense it was like a back-to-back day for him, and I could sense that he was like kind of stirring a little bit mentally, and it wasn't the ideal outing for him. And I just pulled him to the side in the tunnel, and I had this long just like rant to him where I was saying like, dude, those guys do not care about you. They will hit a line drive off your forehead. They'll probably take a step back for a second, like, oh man, I hit that guy, but then they'll keep rounding the bases, because that's their job. And I think he took that to heart. And now I see him come out of that pen, man. And you can see that he's seeing red. I can see steam coming out of his ears. And man, if I was a hitter, I would not want to be in the box against him. I think that's like the physical specimen. He has the stuff, and I think the mindset is right there. And I just want him to keep it there.
Epic.
Sure.
Epic. Love the combo, dude. We love catching up with you. Yeah, and hopefully Marlins fans, hear about all of this. So love the personality chat. Tyler, great to catch up with you, man. Enjoy the break too, and we'll catch you in the second half.
Yes, sir. Todd, come down. We got a jersey for you, bro.
All right, kid. I'm ready, baby. I'll see you soon.
Love it.
All right.
Keep up the good work.
I appreciate you guys.
You too. All right, we're still going here on FT. We got about 15 minutes left to go. Let's hit this article that just broke with Aaron Gleeman for his website, aarongleeman.com, covering the Minnesota Twins. He actually had breakfast with the control dude of the Twins. That's Tom Pohlad, who took over, right? He's the guy that took over and started talking a lot this past offseason, like, no, we're going to be good. We've got to win, all of that. And Twins fans are like, cool, so you just gave us a different first name with the same last name and the same game plan, and the skit was another $30 million off of the payroll. So I'll try and summarize what was going on here. Kratz, we talk about this team and this situation quite a bit. The Twins are playing well. I think they're playing above their skis right now. I think they've got some players that have helped the cause with a manager and Derek Shelton who knows how to do, I think, a good amount with a little bit. But the conversation revolved around how they basically can't really invest in the team until they win. If they win, then they can put more money into the team. So the lemonade stand is going to have terrible lemonade. But if some people fall for it and buy it, then they get some money and then they can buy better materials for their lemonade. Oh, wait, but these are billionaires and they could invest in the team, then win. Then that's how you turn yourself into a powerhouse and a place that people want to go to. Oh, not to mention you would win your fan base over because they've been kicked around. So I read through it quickly because it happened during the show, but I was like, wait, is he hearing himself on this?
Does he? I mean, this is a great way to run a company. Do not own a company that fills boxes and make a massive warehouse before you have the business. I get that. Great job. That's how you run a company. Does he know he owns a sports franchise? Does he know he owns a team that wears the city's name on the front, that fans want to come out and support, that if you invest in this team and you invest in players, they'll play better and then you'll win? But first you have to figure out how to win before I start spending money. Wait a minute, they made the playoffs the other year. They invested in Carlos Correa, and then they said, well, we don't have a lot of money. So maybe he wasn't there. I get it. It's a different first name, but it's the same family. I know he's been in all those meetings. Like, this is where I have a disconnect with owners that own baseball teams. Go own a business. Go own a business. Do exactly what you just said. Don't overextend yourself. Wait for the customers to come in. But when you own a sports team, you owe it to the city and you owe it to the franchise, the history of the franchise, to invest some money into it, to put the best players out on the field for those fans.
These quotes are pretty remarkable. So just reading some of them about build a business, we got to win, and to win, we got to put a better product on the field. There does need to be an upfront investment made, and then they talk about how being successful. I don't know. It's very confusing to me. I think Kratz hit it right. Like, listen, you have to invest in your players, and you have to put money to get some of the better players to win, and that's how you win ball games.
I'll even go farther than that. They had Carlos Correa, who's since got dumped. If you're a Minnesota fan, let's say you're 12 years old when he gets signed, you're like, oh my gosh, Carlos Correa is going to be here for 7-8 years, whatever that contract was. I want a Carlos Correa jersey. Yeah, I'm behind that. Now that Carlos Correa jersey's at the gift and thrift. It's at the local, maybe he grew out of it, but he's always going to remember that. And I think that's the nostalgia that I have for baseball. And when a owner does this type of thing or runs his team this type of way or thinks he needs to run his business, it's not a business, it's a team that will make you money in the long run. Put something into it. If you don't want that, don't own the team.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm completely off, and this is the player's point of view, but I'm also thinking of it as a fan because I've been a fan way longer than I was a player.
I agree.
Yeah, and I've studied this franchise quite a bit. You know, if you're just tuning in and you're like, oh, well, you know, the Twins are a smaller market. They can't keep up with the big boys. Nobody's asking them to have a $500 million payroll. Right? That's not the problem here. The problem here is that they did build something. They went through a rebuild. They got to the playoffs. They got over the hump and around. And then right after that, they started tearing it down. That's a movie. And that's what happened. And it still happened even when they switched it over to a different owner within the family who was going to be in charge. So the $30 million increase from last season, or decrease, I should say, in payroll, $60 million decrease from 2023. Like, it keeps going down while the sport revenue keeps going up. It's just too much for fans out there, and they're lost. And they're just looking for that one line. They're looking for this breakfast to be like, hey, we get it. We have to invest a little bit more in what's going on here. We're not going to trade 1/3 of our roster at the trade deadline. There's so much of that happening that you're expecting. And then really, I think he goes into a breakfast like this going, I think I'm going to drop an F-bomb, and then that will really be the headliner and it'll work.
Yeah.
That's what happened here. It's real, right? He said in this quote, but when we make an investment, we have to be successful. We have to fucking win. If we do that, then people will come and it will all work.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, that's everybody's quote, right? That's like 101 right there, baseball 101.
But I don't think that's his true feeling.
Yeah,
I don't think
with everything else being said.
With everything else being said, but a $100 million payroll is not going to get the job done. Trying to accomplish the kinds of things we want to accomplish, we've got to be competitive consistently. That part like scratches my brain. So you're saying if they make the playoffs this year, which they're in it, you know what? That's not quite enough. You know what we need? We need to find 3 MVP candidates that are going to be controlled for the next 6 years on this organization, and we're going to continue. Like, what is he? Like, we need to be competitive consistently. That's the baseline. And then we've got to be willing to make investments and make bold moves that allow us to be successful in the playoffs. Bro, you got to – sorry.
It's hard, right? And
hand sweat.
Yeah, Twins fans are going through this right now. So you're looking for a better sign than what you're getting here from the group. And when a new person comes in within the same family and says things are going to be different, but they're not different, it's just a tough case because you're looking at a team right now where you're like, oh, imagine if they did a little bit. Imagine if instead of slashing payroll left and right, they had added a little bit. And that's not the only answer. You can make poor decisions through free agency and trades. Like, I'm not saying that's the end all be all, but it's just hard when you're like, things are different. Now I'm dropping F-bombs to win. But it's like, but wait, things aren't different at all. It's the same thing. You're just messaging different. Like, the messaging is F-bomb, we have to win, versus the last guy was talking about, not the specifics of the books, but he would use like portfolio, revenue, whatever. And it was really off. And it was messing people up where they're like, dude, do you even know that you're owning a baseball team right now?
Scott, wasn't this the same person when the team was going up for sale that a sale issue kind of fell through because one of the poll ads wanted, was it Tom that wanted to stay part of this?
Well, that was, I don't know if that's what broke it up. We don't know all the inside word, but what happened was, yeah, the Twins were trying to sell. They set a price. People offered them a price that I think is super fair, and they would be, whatever the number was, I don't have it right in front of me, but like, let's say they wanted, 1.9 and they're only getting 1.7 bill. Like, we're talking about stupid money here for people that are just sitting there waiting. And yeah, a part of this sounded like they wanted someone to stay on. And of course, if you're an owner of a team trying to take over, you're like, get out of here ASAP. Like, get out of here yesterday when I take over the team. I don't think that was holding it back, though. I think what was holding it back was they wanted a certain price and they were not getting to that price. There's about 5 ownership groups right now that are just waiting for the CBA to pass. and they are then going to sell after that. But they, at this point, are being advised there's a chance their franchise values go up hundreds of millions of dollars overnight with the next CBA. And even with that chance, of course, anybody's going to hold on. So that's what happened here is they were like, we're setting this price. It's above the market value. But if you don't meet it, we're just going to wait because we might make a lot more money. That's what's really going on, right? That's what this show is for. So just letting you guys know.
I'm pissed
what's
for
happening.
Twins fans.
Yeah.
I'm pissed for Twins fans. I really am, because I love that stadium. I love the area. It might be a little cold in April. I get that. There's plenty of places that it's cold in April, but there's something about that stadium and just the city around it that I really always enjoyed going to, and it makes me mad. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, at least they sold Louis Barland last year and didn't even need to. He wasn't even making money. So, I don't know. The frustration's high and the team's playing okay. Yeah, and for Barland, it's worked out great for everyday Louis out in Toronto. Thoughts on this? Tell us if we're wrong, we're missing something. But, you're just looking for a better sign from the leader, the spokesman of the team. All right, let's get to Leo. I mean, the team is just playing good ball. Like, did someone miss? Yeah. Kevin Pillar had a plus 330 piece parlay, but everybody else hit. So 3 out of 4 successful, including 2+ money bets. Kratz's ladder challenge continues. He's already done 1. Kratz, what are we on now?
We're on step 2. Step 2 today, because we started over after the $1,001 victory dance that we had.
Look at you.
Look at that board.
I'm proud of you.
I mean, it's so green.
I'm proud of you.
It's green.
Green grass.
So what's next? Kratz, you first,
next for me.
Todd will follow.
Next for me, I'm going to parlay and I know Toddy doesn't like these, but I like cash, so this feels like this is where we're going today. We're going Brandon Sproat, 4+ strikeouts. He's hit that every time this year, except for twice during his little hiccup in the middle of the season for him. And we're going Zevy Matthews, who's facing the Angels, I think. So we just talked about the Twins.
Angels.
He's going to give me 5, and we're going minus 115. You take yesterday's winnings, $82, put it on 115, and let's get to step number 3 on Monday.
I am backtracking mine because I picked the Red Sox. I don't even know if they'll play today. I'm going to stick with it. The Sox. I'm going to go low, though. My lowest bet of the day. Just because 200 to win 230. They're underdogs. I'm sure that line went up knowing that they might be there at 7 o'clock ready for a 7-10 game. So I'm going to stick with it. Sometimes teams play better when they know they have nothing to worry about. Just go play.
And maybe Saturday will be the toughest.
Yes, that's true. For sure.
One trend, last time they had a weird travel situation where they weren't going to get much sleep. They faced Cam Schlittler and they beat him. So maybe it helps to not think too much. If that gives you any hope. Parlay
Stay Pat, out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, FT Nation? It's your boy Parlay Pap coming to you on this beautiful Friday. And I got a banger for y'all today. I got a 4-legger. We got Marlins, Braves, Giants, and the Rays. We taking them all in the money line. We got Alcantara pitching. Braves gonna win today. Rays are at home. They don't lose at home. And the Giants, again, we got to play them because the Rockies, they just flat out suck. So we going for this 4-legger today on Friday because I've been doing nothing but winning all week. So we're going to press this money. We're going to put 100 on it, and we're going to get plus 765, I believe, somewhere close to that. That might change as the day goes on. But anyway, we're going to hit this 4-legger, and we're going to bang it out all weekend, baby. Let's get that cheese.
Heat check.
Big number, Pat. Yeah, heat check big time. Plus 74. It's plus 784. Mine's plus 105. I just have the Braves with their last Chris Sale start of the first half, supporting him enough to pick up a win by 2 runs or more over the St. Louis Cardinals. So That's what we're working with today. Good luck to everyone. Yeah. You like it?
I do.
Okay, good. I like it too. So step up to the plate by sitting down at the table. Erik Kratz, that's what you're doing.
I'll be there. I got about 2 of them. 2 of them every night this week.
Nice.
Just look for it. Look for Bruce Banner. Come and try to get my trophy because they're giving trophies away for each tournament.
Kid. Come on, you got this.
Come and get it.
Do it again.
Yep. BetMGM Poker Summer Classic is going on, an online-only baseball-themed poker tournament. Erik Kratz will be sneaking in there, trying to win chips. Step up to the plate, take advantage of the leaderboard, spin the wheel promotions, 20-plus events, over $200,000 in prizes guaranteed. BetMGM Poker Online. Play today. Gambling problem or concern, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Last minute here, and remember, you can see us in Philadelphia in show live, all that Iron Hill Brewery, Monday, Tuesday. I'll just give you some quick hitters, react to one of them on our way out. Vinny Pasquantino is back. Ryan Jeffers is back for the Twins. Matt McLean IL'd, left calf strain for the Reds. And Evan Longoria jersey retirement on Sunday in St. Petersburg for the Rays. And the draft is Saturday afternoon, just getting hidden these days, but I'll be paying attention to it. Baseball America is all over it with their coverage. Kratz is thinking in his head, why isn't this in Omaha on a primetime night? But yeah, we don't have 2 hours anymore. So we're just going to, it doesn't matter anyway. Eventually it's only going to be, a 1 round draft with the top 30 college players.
You don't say that.
No.
I can say what I want.
You don't say that. No, you don't say that.
Wrong.
Kratz hats on the way out.
Wrong tone.
I mean, it's the summer. How would we not have? How would we not have the Jersey Shore Blue Claws hat? Like, let's go. Let's get out to the beach.
Yeah.
Let's watch the All-Star game. I'm so excited. Like this weekend, I will be watching the draft. As pissed off as I am that it's not more televised, like I'll be watching it. And you know what?
Yeah.
Have my sunglasses on.
Turn it around.
Summertime.
Yeah, turn it around on the way out here.
It's got the roller coasters. It's got the wheel.
It's got so much. I mean, there's not really enough to. But it's Jersey Shore vibes. It's my favorite Jersey Shore hat. If you see me down at the shore this summer, I'm gonna be rocking this, John.
Let's go.
I love it. See everyone Monday.